Session is a small session. I gave it to some of you. Maybe you saw that, Steve. I call it, and I'll call it again, Sagiv 5 military notes to military success in the fields of commercial real estate. Is that a long name or what?
That sounds deadly.
All right. So it's five notes. So it's only 5 notes. So right in the top of the page, 5. 5 is a lucky number too, for me at least. I was born on May. I always felt like I had a very close connection to that number. All right. For the first one, the first note that I'll talk about, and I think, and it's all pertain to your success. Seriously, it's all about you. But it's things that I want to print into your brain so you remember. The first one is personal goal setting. Write it down. First note, personal goal setting. Okay, now let's think about it for a second. Why is personal goal setting so important?
So you know where you're going?
So you know where you're going. Okay, so what is it? Sense of direction, right? So you have, you know, what am I trying to achieve? Where am I going? Okay, what is the other thing? Why is personal goal setting so important?
So you're progressing. You know how much you're climbing up the ladder.
Okay, so maybe you can kind of remember, oh, you know what, last year I wanted to make 100, this year I want to make 250, you know, where am I progressing? But that's, I never thought about it, but that's a good one. Second one, and I think that is really important, is accountability. Okay, you set the goal, and then you account for the goal. You're saying to yourself, look, I'm going to make 100 calls, or I'm going to go to 3 meetings. So my personal goal is by the end of the year, I want to buy a yacht and a Porsche. That's my goals. That's my goals. And how do I get there? Here's my roadmap. Okay, accountability. And the third one, I think it's motivation. Right? It gives you motivation. And I'll tell you, like, a really interesting. Well, it's not interesting. It's like I'll tell you an example about something about me. Okay, my second year in the business, my first year, I made $35,000. I was like a slow beginner, and I was like, I'm thinking to myself, oh, what are going to be my next year goal? And I chose a number, totally out of my ass. It was 180, and I chose 180 because 18 is a really big number in Judaism. I don't know if you guys know it. 18 is life. Means life. Okay, so I was like, fuck, this is my year. So I just took 18, I added like a bunch of zeros, and obviously I couldn't make 1.8 million. I didn't want to make $18,000. 180 was exactly where it was. And I actually, to be honest with you, the beginning of the year, I thought it was ridiculous. I thought there's no fucking way I'm going to get to that number. And by the way, at the end of the year, when I got to that number, it was amazing, like 179, 250, like really, really close. It was really amazing. It's just, that number set in my brain. Like, and I was like, all the time, I was looking at my, every time I opened my note, this was actually my note. Same notebook, by the way, that I'm carrying it for like 10 years. That's cheap, you know. But
you didn't reach the number then, you failed.
I pretty much got there. I pretty much got there. I consider it like getting there. All right. So the question is, you want to ask yourself, where do you want to be? Where? Where do you want to be? Write it down. Where do I want to be? Financially, career-wise, where do I want to be? It's a good question to ask yourself when you do personal goal setting. And I recommend doing personal goal setting every quarter. Now is a good time for the second quarter. It's kind of late. Still kind of like, okay, what is my goals for this quarter? Calls-wise, money-wise. You know, maybe my goals right now is, my goal for the quarter is to have 1,500 people in my database and, you know, talk to 300 of them. You know, no money yet. Okay? So yearly goals and quarterly goals are important. You have to break it down. Don't let like a year go by. The second thing is, you want to have 3-year goals and 3-year goals and 5-year goals. Part of my 3-year goals, when I was a crazy bachelor, you know, injecting heroin, going to party. I'm not fucking kidding. It was pretty close. Was to get a serious girlfriend. That was in my 3-year goal. And actually, I did it. It was kind of crazy, you know, at the age of 33. Never having a serious girlfriend since high school, I think.
What about the girl from San Francisco?
Which one? Jenny?
Yeah.
Blonde?
No, I think she was Korean, wasn't she?
Gloria.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gloria was a serious girlfriend, but the thing is, I cheated so much on her. It was ridiculous. All right.
Make sure Gloria gets
All
a copy
right.
of this.
Actually, I'm going to go back to why personal goal setting. Actually, and I said I'm going to refer to the military. So, a soldier going to action sits on the corner of a street and getting bullets, and he's like asking himself, "Why am I here?" Right? Right. So you need to understand. You want to understand, why am I here? Why am I doing it? You know, you have to have like a purpose. So to soldiers, obviously the purpose is, defend our country, your family, but you should have a sense of purpose. The purpose is advancing myself, blah, 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 blah. So write the purpose too. So I know there is a goal, but what's the purpose? It's going to help you kind of understand yourself a little bit better. Okay, second military note. Preparation and flexibility. Okay, that's it again. So we did the first one. What was the first one, Steve?
It was to set a personal goal.
Personal goal setting. Second one, preparation and flexibility. Preparation and flexibility. And I'm going to start with a quote from a person when I was a child, one of my favorite characters, and it's not Donald Duck. Napoleon wrote, "War is the kingdom of the unknown." Okay? War is the kingdom of the unknown. And I think that business is exactly the same. You go into business, you don't know. You meet people, you don't know how things will revolve. You need to have a plan. So we have a plan. Here is a first, a second, a proposal, ultimately with getting a listing, so you have a roadmap. But everything in between going to be completely unknown. And you should treat it that way. So going on your mission with a plan is good, having the flexibility to maneuver. Like, okay, now I'm going to do something different. That's all I am saying. Prepare your work in advance. I know we like to prepare proposal the night before and stay all night in the office. Steve Kim. However, it's good. It's always better. Prep your work in advance and everything. And it's actually not only a proposal. It's like calling. Come to the office 10 minutes early. Read your emails. Kind of like adjust yourself. Get set. Get into the zone. Start work. Get before everybody else gets there. Leave after everybody else already left. Basically prepare the night before. Kind of know what you're gonna do the next day. Actually, every time I leave, I look at my meetings for the next day. I want to know, what am I doing? Kind of set my mindset. Okay, super important. All right. I'm going to go back to. I'm going to go back to the same. So I said preparation, right?
Yes.
Plan your week. Plan your week. I think I talked with you guys about it before. Plan your week. Why? Why? Because you kind of know what's my deal this week. Am I going on a crazy weekend in Vegas, or am I, like, this is going to be the Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to be here in the office, and I'm going to do the whole week, I'm going to do a crazy work week. Plan your week in advance. Sit Sunday night, look at your meetings. Okay, I'm going to do this on Thursday. I'm going to organize it in advance. It helps a lot. Kind of set your mood. So plan. Okay? You can plan your day in advance and week in advance. By the way, I don't take meetings like the first same day. I always set meeting requests. I look at my schedule, I set them up, and I want to do them way in advance. And actually, I sometimes set meetings 2 weeks in advance. It's okay. It helps you. Helps structure your week. Okay?
Time kills deals.
I'm talking about, like, let's say, it's more business development side. Plan your cold calling times. Okay? Planning your cold calling times. When you do cold calling, it's a date with yourself. Okay, so you write yourself 7 a million pesos. I'm going to call from 4 to 6. That's it. I don't want you to do it all day long. You don't need to sit there all day long, kind of calling for 10 minutes and fucking around with 10 minutes. No, it's not the point. The point is that for 2 hours, 3 hours, just call. And then you're going to have follow-up on that calls. You're going to have to send people proposals or letters or whatever, emails. Okay? But it's like a calling is something you want to plan in advance. Something I know I'm going to sound stupid, but be efficient. Like write yourself, I want be efficient. I think it's super important. Adopt and adjust to changing circumstances. Something change, adopt, think out of the box. Think out, okay, how do I approach it? All the time kind of like being in a way that you like thinking. How do I do it better? Okay? And it's going to be, and it's always going to be. So it's always the market conditions will change. Everything will be, everything is fluid. We're in a weird business, you know. If we were in our business, we didn't have to have this conversation because all of you guys will make X amount of money. Who cares? You know, I'm going to tell you what to do, and you're going to do it. If you're not, you're going to get fired. This is not our business, right? I tell you what to do, you can still say fuck you like Steve does all the time, and still not get fired. So.
But I think what you really mean by that is having a contingency plan, being prepared. So, like, let's say, for example, if a appointment falls out, at least you're in the area to do something else to make time for that.
I set my meetings, like if I go to the Valley, for example, Woodland Hills, I make sure I have 2-3 meetings at the same time. That's an example. Or I always set my meetings like one after the other, try to, because if I'm already out of the office, you guys notice like getting into the office, going in the elevator, sitting down, saying hello to Kyla, getting your coffee, you know, all that in and out is like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's 15 minutes. So if I'm doing that like 3 times a day, it's too much. So I try to do it only once. I get out of the office, I go to 2 meetings, I go back to the office. Okay, I try not to do too much in and out. To me, it's time. Okay, moving around, just in and out, takes a lot of time. Okay? All right, number 3. Prioritize your activity. Hopefully. Okay? And what I mean by saying prioritize your activity, the most important thing is do the important things first. Now I know it sounds stupid. Well, I am probably a little bit stupid, but like I'm telling you right now, do the important. You'll see, and if you guys all kind of look at yourself a little bit, we like to do the least important things first. Oh, I have a big call to make. Let me not do it. I'll do something else. I'll do it later. No. Get an attitude of, I have this important thing to do. I'll do it now. I'll prep for it for a second or whatever, however time I need to prep for it, and I'll do it now. If you really look closely at yourself, that's natural, by the way. It's natural to like, hey, let me delay that. Let me do first. I'm gonna just fuck around with my emails and send go on MySpace. Like there's people over here that come every time they're MySpace. It's like, guys. But do the important things first. If you guys kind of internalize it, you'll see it's going to start working for you. Okay? All right. This is a good point that is in prioritizing your activity is you need to know the difference between progress, that means something that moves something forward, and maintenance. Something that makes sure that something is not going backward. Okay? And why is that important? James? Progress versus maintenance. I don't know. I'm sure that Alex has something to say.
I mean, I think it speaks for itself. I mean, we always need to be moving forward, especially in this business. Just maintain. I mean, essentially, what do people say? There's a saying. I can't remember what it is. It's whatever. Point is, I mean, maintenance is just, it's okay. You're never gonna You're never going to advance in this industry. You're never going to make more money if you simply maintain and you're content. I mean, the whole objective here is every year, when you're first starting out, every month you'd be better off than you were the month before, and then essentially every year. I mean, there's no cap to what you can achieve in this industry, so you always have to be moving forward. Even if you're making $700,000 a year, you should not be content with that. You just shouldn't.
Okay.
You know,
Steve, what do you
Okay,
think?
well, I would almost look at it as like going forward in your car or maintaining your car. I mean, maintaining your car just means that you're ready to move forward when you want to move forward. Making sure you got gas in the car, oil change, the tires are ready to go.
It's very holistic. You should report. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. What do you think, Jim?
Well, I mean, maintain, it depends. I mean, if you have like a client that's really important to you, you have to maintain and make sure, well, you maintain and progress at the same time, so you have to make sure that you keep that client happy. At the same time, you have to also go look for new clients and progress towards that too.
Everybody, what you guys says all makes sense. Look, in my perspective, I'll give you an example. Look, you know what, and we're talking about activities again, right? So maintenance for me is calling back your old clients. Important, absolutely, but can't be delayed to 9 o'clock at night or at 8 o'clock in the morning when you drive to the office. Progress is calling a new client. Okay? This is an example. Maintenance is your database. You haven't worked in a database for a long time, a lot of the numbers are old, and you want to get new numbers. It's maintenance. You're definitely not moving forward by getting new numbers. More of a maintenance, right? Moving forward on a database is only on the first month and a half of your work. That's after that it's basically just maintenance. So just an example. So you want to know within your activities, am I now just doing maintenance, or am I now pushing my vehicle forward? Okay, pushing my business forward. Think about it. It will start making sense to you. Okay. So I hope what I said, the examples I gave you, is kind of making sense. Does it? Cool. Okay. This one I talked to some of you guys, so it's not going to be surprising, but divide your activities to A, B, and C. So kind of know within your brain, like, okay, this is an A activity, this is a B activity, this is a C activity. What is an A activity, Alex?
Cold calls.
Okay, what else?
Meetings.
What else?
I mean, those are the two major ones. I mean, meeting with people, calling people.
Networking?
Networking. I mean, things that...
Shaking hands? Yeah. Same thing,
Shaking
yeah.
hands, exchanging business cards, making new contacts. Yeah.
What about closing a deal?
Yeah, definitely. Get the check.
Closing deals is an activity.
It's an activity, right? If you actually ever talk to a very busy escrow officers that have like hundreds of deals, they never call you back until the last day of escrow. And you hate them. You send notorious emails with like, F you and all those things that shouldn't be on an email. And then the last day, she gives you so much attention. Because what is she doing? She's like, you're not right now the most important thing. Because you're not there yet. On the close day, you become her whole, that's it. She's like for you. She's working for you. So, because she, by the way, those are good escrow officers. By the way, good escrow officers actually return your call because they actually are good enough. But again, it just gives you an example. Okay. C activity. What is a C activity in your perspective, June?
Work related, I guess. Making sure your stuff is organized for getting your B&H ready.
Cleaning up your desk.
Maybe.
Lexus, finding new numbers. That's a B activity. That's a C activity, definitely. A B activity will be maybe making a proposal, learning about your market, doing research on your comps. Okay? All right. The fourth one. Overcoming procrastination, keep motivation, and self-discipline. Wow, that's a long one too. It's almost, okay? So this is the fourth point. So let's write the fourth point. Overcoming procrastination, motivation, self-discipline. This is a big, big, big point, I think. Okay? Steve, anything to say about that?
Well, I guess this is where I really need to put a lot of work.
You know, those parents.
Look, you know, each one of us will be in a situation when you kind of like wake up in the morning and it's like, fuck. It's too gloomy out there for me to gotta get out of bed. You know, it's tough. Because you have to understand, all of you, all of us are in a business that it's your business. It's your business, it's your name. You know, I'm just your platform, I'm your backup, I'm your backbone. I save you if you get in real big troubles. You know? It's your business, you're making it, and it's hard. Because you'll need to like go out and make it. You don't, a lot of you guys, especially at the senior level, you don't have a boss. Like, I'm not gonna boss you around. Maybe in the beginning, first year, year and a half, like I'll motivate you, I'll push you. But at one point, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You can do whatever you wanna do. So it's hard. So this business requires a lot of this self-discipline, a lot. And basically, without it, it's hard to be very successful. It's really hard. If you're the kind of guy that's like, you know, mommy doesn't tell you to wake up at 7, so you wake up at 11, it's going to be difficult for you in this business. Okay? Because eventually you're not going to have anybody yelling at you. And for some people it's a problem. For some it's you know, that's how they want to live their life. Okay? Keep momentum. I think it's really important. It's part of this point. So keep motivation. I said keep momentum. You know, all of us, trust me, had deals fall. And it sucks. Trust me, to have $100,000 in escrow, and maybe even on an open listing, that you know that if it falls, you have zero. On an exclusive, yeah, you may take it to market, you still have a chance. Have a deal fall, it sucks. And it will happen to all of you. So you need to kind of like learn how to overcome like the bad day. You had a bad call, you called somebody, and he's just yelling at you, you piece of shit, what do you think you're calling me? And you kind of like, maybe you took it personally, you know, I personally, I don't care. But some people, you know, you may, I don't know, maybe that person reminds you of your dad, and that yelling kind of like, oh, remind me of my dad yelling at me when I was 4, oh, I was a bad kid that day, oh. Well, you have to learn how to kind of like develop a little bit of a thick skin and being able to keep the momentum. If you have a bad call, and it happened to like, you know, I remember Charles had a couple of calls that he was really getting yelled at, and he was a very aggressive guy, so, and he went home, left for the day. How are you overcoming something like that? You're not overcoming it. You're going home and you're going to be scratching your head and like thinking about all that. No, get another call so that there's a good one. Then you leave. You leave after you had a great call, not after you had a bad call. Okay? This is an interesting one for this point. Have an aura of success. Okay? All of you guys need to develop an aura of success. It's not hard. You just need to like stand straight, smile, go into the room and be happy. Think what? Think it's a
Positive.
Beautiful day out today. Yeah. Think that way.
Classic.
You know, think it's a beautiful day out today. Because it is. It is a beautiful day out today. And by the way, if you bring that attitude to meetings, people love you. Think about it. A lot of the people you're meeting are not very happy with their life. They might be rich, but they're not very happy with their life. But they're okay with their life. And you come and you're like, what's going on? It's cool. It's fun. Yeah. Let's sell some building. Let's make some money. Of course, you know, I'm gonna take a little 6%. It's fine. You know, have that aura of success and like having good life is important. Trust me, nobody wanna do business with another depressed person, unless you're really depressed personality and you kind of want to feed of another one. But that's rare. Most people want to kind of like go and kind of rub shoulders, even if they're extremely wealthy, with the good guys. You know, the guy that is having a good time, that can take me out, that can show me, and is feeling good about himself. Okay? It's very important. Have an aura of success. Project into yourself, I am good, I am successful, I'm a winner, I'm number one. Just kind of do it like, look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and like, I'm good. Yeah! And get out of there. Okay? Alright. Another one, overcoming procrastination, keep motivation and self-discipline, is take a nice vacation. Take a nice vacation. If you don't have a lot of money, guys, I traveled in Thailand with $500 for almost 20-something days. You can live off $5 a day plus another $5 for whatever, and you know you can travel pretty cheap backpacking, even in South America, in the Far East. So yeah, you're not gonna go to Cannes, but you can still go away, have a good time, have a great vacation in every fucking budget. Okay? Trust me, you need it. You guys need it. Take a vacation. It's part of being in our business. Having a good time. Alright. Last one. Last one is a simple one. And it's actually just a note to self. Keep perspective. Okay, this is it. Keep your perspective. What do I mean by saying keep your perspective? Is Steve, that's going to be your last sentence because I know you need to leave. Keep your perspective. What is it? What does it mean to you? Keep your perspective.
Keep your perspective is remember why I'm here. You know, the whole focus. This is what it's all about. And everything I'm doing is for the end result.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else? What do you think is keep your perspective, Alex?
I don't know. I mean, maintain, never lose sight of the big picture. If you lose, the deal falls out of escrow that was $80,000, you know, it's not the end of the world. If things are good, but there's a million other deals out there, and maybe you've already had a good year. Maybe, I don't know. Just don't let things become bigger than they are. If you get that asshole on the phone, it's just one person, and you have a database of 4,000 people who really cares that this guy was a jerk. That's his problem, not your. You know, don't make it yours.
Okay.
Just always look at the big picture.
That's a good one. Look, the way I keep my perspective is I go out and celebrate. You know, you get a listing, go out, have a party. You close a deal, go out, have a party. You know, celebrate yourself. You know, celebrate yourself. I think it helps you keep perspective. The other thing that I think about to keep a perspective is have a good time with what we do here. Okay? And if you're really not having a good time with what we do here, it's not good. Life is too short. Not, you know, this is a career for us, obviously, but you should enjoy your career. You know, because work, if you guys think about it, is a big part of your life. Big part of your life. You're not realizing it, but you know, we're, you know, between the 8, 9, 12 hours you're in the office, and then when you go out, you talk to your friends. Well, you talk about, what do you talk about? First thing you talk is girls, obviously, but you know.
Women and work.
And then you talk about work. Or maybe like sports. But yeah, you talk about, yeah, you know, in my business. It's such a big part of your life. You know, you should enjoy it. We should enjoy it. And I'm telling you right now, I enjoy it. I enjoy every meeting that I go to, I enjoy, even the bad ones. Bad meeting, so what? It's fun, I learned something from it, okay? So that's basically it. The last thing I'm going to say about keep your perspective is live every day like it's the last one. And I'm sure you guys heard it before, right? I know it's stupid, because if I thought this day is the last one, I would do a lot of other things. I'm going to talk to you guys. I would basically call every hooker in this town and bring it to my office right now. Okay? However, you know, I'm talking about from a life perspective, from a feeling perspective. You know, I feel good. I'm doing something that I love, that is important to me. I'm getting people what I want. And at the same time, I'm getting good. I'm having a good time with it.
Yeah.
Right? Any questions?